Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Ring 2, which is a sequel to the 2002 The Ring. And I've never seen this movie before. I've always heard that it was bad, but I decided to check it out because I was watching a bunch of different Ring movies, and I watched this movie right after I watched the 2002 film, just to have some context of comparing the two. And I thought this movie was terrible. There was like barely anything that I liked about it. I didn't think Naomi Watts was terrible in this movie, even though she has like basically nothing to do in this film. And there were a couple of moments where it was well shot, but overall, I just did not enjoy this movie at all. For the first 15 minutes, it kind of felt like it was just an excuse to do the first movie again, except this time around, it's kind of just breaking its own rules and just going in a completely different direction, which in and of itself is fine. But in doing so, it kind of just makes things feel like, oh, things have no rules. You don't know what you're supposed to be scared of, except for Samara getting what she wants. But aside from that, I don't really understand what I'm supposed to be scared of, because none of the characters in this movie are likable. They also don't really feel like the same characters as they were in the previous film, also. Or maybe it was just me or the way the film was written, but something just felt off. Like, these characters just did not feel like the same characters from the previous film, is what I kept thinking while watching the movie. And the death scenes in this movie were hilarious. I couldn't help but laugh at the dead bodies because the jaw is just opened way too much to the point where it's just comical to look at. And this is also the same director as the original film, the Japanese film. And I think he also did the sequel to the Japanese film, but I haven't seen that yet. It's just so weird that everything that made that original film work, it's just not in this movie at all, or even in the Gore Verbinski film. Nothing about that movie that was good was in this movie either, except for Naomi Watts, I guess. This movie was painfully boring to me whenever it was focused on the non-horror elements, and I was struggling to just stay awake while watching this movie. It's quite a chore to sit through, and the only really memorable parts about this movie is just the ending, and that's about it. Mostly because that's the only part of the movie where something happens that's kind of interesting. Where we get Samara climbing up the well in a freakishly way, or however you want to describe it. Like, that was kind of cool, but aside from that, there's like nothing interesting about this movie. The visual effects in this movie looked dated and bad. Not really sure what it was going for there. The deer scene was comical and stupid. Like, apparently all animals hate our main characters because they were, I guess, cursed. But I'll say this. In the 2002 film, it was stupid. But in this film, it's just as stupid, if not more. Like, I don't know what's going on. And the big question for this movie, was I scared by anything? No. There's not one moment where I was scared or felt tense. It was just a whole bunch of random nonsense that I just couldn't get attached to, and it was very boring, and I will never watch this movie again. None of the characters are interesting or likable. The horror failed for me. The movie isn't very well shot consistently in this film. There's way too many close shots in this film, and I never felt unintentionally claustrophobic, but I just wish I could see the environment a bit better. And all in all, this movie just wastes a lot of time. It's slightly shorter than the 2002 film, but it doesn't feel shorter, if you ask me. So with all that being said, I'm going to give The Ring 2 a 1 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of The Ring 2, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Cube 2, Hypercube. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching, and have a great day.